Hi guys, how's it going? Chalk up one more, right? Those of you who take my classes know that I say guys a lot, and I've heard that students have a running total of how many times I say guys in the class and look and all that good stuff. So you can keep adding to this running total as I speak today. First guys, congratulations. Awesome, right? Graduation, finally leaving Potsdam, right? That was my dream too. So when I was asked to talk, first obviously I was very honored, and then that panic of what am I going to talk about came. And of course, nobody wants me to talk about economics and finance and all that good stuff. I'm pretty sure that that's not what you guys want to hear, right? So as I thought about it, what should I talk about? Well, ultimately, you know, I could do the cliche lecture and talk about dreams and working hard. And as you dream stuff and work hard, you're going to achieve all of your dreams, right? But ultimately, if that's what I would have done, I wouldn't have been standing here. So, my lecture is actually more about opportunities. Okay? You guys right now are entering the world full of opportunities, okay? And one of the things that I would like to tell you is make sure that you take those opportunities. Right? As an economist, I would have told you, hey, you see an opportunity, do a careful evaluation, right? See what the costs and the benefits are. I'm squeezing in some economics here. And then, of course, decide, make the best decision for yourself. But that's not necessarily, again, what this is all about. If I did that, I wouldn't be standing here, okay? So, I was born in Slovenia back in 1978. That makes me 40 years old, and one of my EC 475 students pointed out that, anybody over 39 is old, so I guess that's why I'm giving you the lecture now. I won't name any names, Chris Rice. So, I guess I'm gonna put some wisdom on you about how I ended up here. And this is me on the picture when I was 1 year old, back in Slovenia, which used to be a former Yugoslavia, not part of Russia or Soviet Union or whatever everybody thinks. So I just wanted to show you where Slovenia is, just so you guys get an idea where I actually come from. So I've been called Eastern European and from the Balkans and all that good stuff, but as you can see, we border on Italy, Austria. We are actually further west than Vienna, which is the capital of Austria. So we are actually kind of in Central Europe, okay? Now, why am I bringing this up? The reason why is because when I was growing up, when I was a little boy, my dream was to play hockey. That was my dream, okay? And I knew that if I worked hard at it, that maybe that dream will actually materialize. Well, my dream wasn't to play in the NHL. I had no idea what that actually was. My dream was to play for the Olympia Green Dragons from Ljubljana. My dad played for the team, and that was essentially what I was aspiring to. But, if hockey wasn't going to work out, maybe I'll be a tennis player or a soccer player or something like that. I guess I was going to be an athlete. So I worked hard at it, and I actually got okay at playing hockey. And as I said, my dream was to play hockey in Ljubljana, where I grew up. But when I turned 15, I had an opportunity to go to US. Like, I've never dreamt to go in US before. That wasn't part of my dream. That wasn't part of my plan, okay? But an opportunity came up, and I decided to go. Now, I was supposed to go to a prep school in Massachusetts, Phillips Andover, but I ended up not going there. The reason why is because it was very late in the application process, and they asked me if I would go to Holderness in New Hampshire for a year. So I said, sure, I'll go to Holderness for a year, and decided to stay there rather than go back to Phillips Andover. I had a great time there. I met my American brother. I met my American family. So I'm fortunate enough now to have two families, my Slovene family and my American family. And I did my 4 years at Holderness. And afterwards, the plan was to go to Dartmouth. I never dreamt of coming to Clarkson. That wasn't part of the plan at all. I was supposed to go to Dartmouth. I was supposed to play hockey for Dartmouth. And, they had green jerseys, Olympia Green Dragons, where I was supposed to play as part of my childhood green jerseys. right? And the coach gets fired, which means now I'm no longer recruited at Dartmouth, and Clarkson comes along. I had no idea where Clarkson was. Again, green jerseys, so from that perspective, all right, still good. This was me when I was starting out playing hockey, growing up a little bit, and then Clarkson. And when I got to Clarkson, of course, the idea was, well, let's pursue this hockey thing, right? Part of the dream, right? Although I wasn't where I was supposed to be, I made choices as the opportunities presented themselves, and I ended up here. Although my very first practice at Clarkson, I realized that I should probably focus on my studies. I thought it was okay, but my classmates were Eric Cole and Willie Mitchell and Kent Huskins. 3 of them have combined 4 Stanley Cups between them. So I knew that after that, I'm just going to participate and play as much as I can, but I'm definitely going to do something else with my life afterwards. And that's for most athletes anyways. So that was an opportunity that I took. And the idea was, hey, after I graduate, maybe go back to Slovenia, maybe find a job in US. I really didn't have a clear plan. I didn't have a dream to aspire to, okay? But I knew that if I work hard, I'll have opportunities. Now, of course, by the 4th year at Clarkson, close to graduation, I met a girl. That was my girlfriend. It was a typical, Clarkson story. A freshman girl walks into a new semester, a senior hockey player ends up dating her, That was 18 years ago. She's now my wife. So it actually worked out pretty good. So from that perspective, I didn't know what to do next. Well, an opportunity came up to do my MBA at Clarkson. And the nice part about it was that I redshirted my freshman year, which means I had another year of eligibility, so I could still play hockey, and I could do my academics, and of course, I can still be with my future wife, which was kind of nice. So I finished my MBA, and again, no idea what I was going to do. At that particular point in my life, though, I could have gone back and played for Olympia Green Dragons. I actually had a contract offer to do that. I actually had contract offers to play in the minor leagues, and I decided not to do that. That wasn't part of my dream anymore. I was looking for different opportunities. Now, good thing that I didn't, because Olympia Green Dragons now are bankrupt. So I would have been out of job. But I didn't know what to do with myself. So I ended up moving in with my girlfriend's parents, my in-laws now. And for a while, I really didn't know what to do. And an opportunity came up to coach hockey. And of course, I've known hockey for a long time, so I said, sure, why not? So I took a job that paid nearly nothing, and I was living with my girlfriend's parents. Sounds like an awesome life, right? And it was. But out of the blue, Clarkson came calling back. And they said, hey, would you come back to teach a class in economics? It was from my advisor. And I never dreamt of being a professor. I've never dreamt of being an economist. I never dreamt of coming back to Clarkson. Remember, when I got here, the idea was to get out of Potsdam. But I said, sure, I'll teach a class. Why not? Okay? And I got here, and I worked hard at it. And the dean at the time said, hey, if you do a good job with this one class, well, we'll give you more to teach. This was 15 years ago. And I guess I'm still here. So, as you go along and all these opportunities come up, you should take them. Try them. If it doesn't work out, you can always make a different choice. Okay? What was kind of funny is, of course, when I started working here as a professor, my girlfriend at the time, was still an undergraduate student. Luckily, not in my class. A couple of years go by, we get engaged, and then ultimately married. And we end up having 2 beautiful girls. So I'll show you my biggest accomplishments. Ella and Kinsley, they're now 73 years old. But that wasn't part of the plan either. Right? I mean, of course, just like any jock, if you will, I was first hoping that I'm going to have a boy. And we had a girl. But when the second baby came along, I was hoping I'd have another girl. Right? So, different opportunities, different plan, evolving all the time. Now, a couple of years go by, and my girls are fortunate enough, because of our backgrounds, to be now, as of a couple of days ago, citizens of 3 different countries. They're American because they were born here. They're Canadian because my wife is actually Canadian, and they're citizens of Slovenia, which is technically European Union. Opportunities. I want them to have opportunities. And when those opportunities arise, I want them to take those opportunities. Okay? Now, as time went along, they started asking of how come when we crossed the border that they're American and daddy's not. I had a different passport. So, an opportunity came up and I applied to become a US citizen. And about 1.5 years ago, I was granted that citizenship. Again, my dream was not to be an American. My dream was not to be in the United States. My dream was not to be a professor. Okay? But I'm living a life that I wouldn't trade for anything. I'm fortunate that I had these opportunities, and I'm even more fortunate that I took advantage of those opportunities. Okay? So guys, dreams are great. Okay? But you should not pass up opportunities as they come along. Okay? Take the opportunities. You guys, if you just chase a dream and you work hard at it, it may never actually materialize. Okay? And if you just focus solely on that, life will just pass you by. Okay? Work hard, enjoy, and when opportunities come by, take them. And that is going to hopefully lead to a very happy life. That's it.